Menta did not lose any deposits with KUSCCO. We invested our deposits in regulated entities, and so there's nothing that Menta SACCO lost. Okay, I think and I believe there's a lot of goodwill in the sector, but also there needs to be a lot of harmony, a lot of understanding, a lot of public participation, a lot of consultation, so that people understand what is this that is being talked about. Because some of the things that are being brought up are very good if were implemented. For example, you just spoke about how SACCOs can pool together resources so that they can, for the benefit of the individual SACCOs, which is good. Because it is just the same way that a SACCO like Menta SACCO has brought the members together, and members have brought in deposits that the SACCO is utilizing to serve them. Because you cannot, the SACCO does not have money of its own. All the monies, all the assets that are owned by the SACCO is because of the members. So I believe the same way, if we're modeled, so that the only problem is now, because the way we have very many forums of disseminating information, even without having done enough research, so that there's a lot of miscommunication. Like now, just the issue you talked about putting together resources. This is what is being referred to as secondary cooperatives. But you will hear in the social media people talking about a big SACCO that is going to be formed, that as if it is something that is going to be formed by force. And as you know, the Act is like the constitution for the sector, and it is broad. It is not very specific. It does not even give numbers. It doesn't itemize. What it does is to give a guideline, and then the regulator and the Ministry of Cooperatives will then come up with guidelines on how to implement that act that will be brought. So, for example, when you talk about the super SACCO, because this is what is being talked about out there, that there is going to come a super SACCO, that they will have to be forced. It is not about forcing. It is about the SACCOs sitting down as equal partners and trying to see how can we help each other. And you all know the game of numbers. That is why the individual SACCOs like Menta SACCO are standing, because of the membership that they have. So you can imagine the potential that the SACCOs would have, although this is relative. It depends on which side of the coin that one is looking at. Because here there is a gain and lose game. And I believe this is why we have all these interests, because you're saying that the SACCOs with liquidity problems would stop going to the banks. What do you think the banks would feel? So you see, I think it is something that if looked, and when interests are set aside, it is very constructive. It would boost the cooperative sector in a big way. But of course, there are many players, there are many interests, and so this could be the reason why there is a lot of back and forths. Yeah. Number one, let me say that Menta did not lose any deposits. Like we had SACCOs losing millions, hundreds of millions of money. We did not invest in terms of deposits with KUSCCO. We invested our deposits in regulated entities, and so there's nothing that Menta SACCO lost in terms of deposits that were held. Of course, every cooperative institution, because KUSCCO was the umbrella body, and it is still the umbrella body even now, every SACCO, for you to be a member, and it is good to be a member of a family that you believe is advocating for you, that it is fighting for your rights, So you had to subscribe some shares. So that is the extent that we could say the SACCO had, the shares that the SACCO had. Just like any other cooperative institution, for you to be a member, you had to have shares. So in terms of the losses of deposits, the SACCO did not lose any. Although we were under the KUSCCO mutual insurance, so we have some claims that we are yet to know the fate. Although I don't believe in mentioning like now names, but this is in public crime, right? So we can talk about it. But I think in terms of what can be done, I think this is where the government comes in handy, and the arms that have been given the responsibility of ensuring that the cooperative sector is well managed and it is sound, so that they are keen, the institutions that have that responsibility are keen on ensuring that this, whatever is supposed to be done, is done, and done to the letter. And for example, we have the SACCO Societies Regulatory Authority, we have the Ministry of Cooperatives. If people are well guided, the guidelines that are going to be brought up or are brought up by those institutions, and then they are followed, and then also necessary measures should be put in place so that before issues escalate, you can't lose 10, 13 billion in 1 year. So that maybe could be something that had been there for a long time without being noticed. And maybe the reason why it is because of the gap that the bill is coming to address, because there was no regulatory framework for governing secondary institutions like KUSCCO. And so this could be the reason. And so what we need to do as a sector is to learn from experience and not allow ourselves to fall back into the same thing. But this thing has to be done with a lot of practicalness, not theories, a lot of practicalness, so that we are not just putting things down, which may not be applicable when we move to the ground. It is through a lot of public participation, and especially involving the sector in a big way. We have the SACCO CEOs, we have the SACCO boards, we have the SACCO members that can give a lot of input in terms of how maybe something would appear when applied practically. Because there's a lot, you see, even when you go to school, somebody can graduate from a university in cooperative management, but that does not necessarily mean that they will go to a SACCO and be given their books and advice. You see, experience is really a big factor. And so hopefully, we hope, because the government has the goodwill, we can see there's the bill that is coming up. Although this bill has been coming up for a very long time, it has been coming up. But hopefully we will get there. Okay, I would not say there are many setbacks. Because now what the new bill is coming to do is coming to improve. As we are, because I want to talk about, for example, as Mentor SACCO, I cannot say there's anything that is stopping us from conducting our business the way we should, because there is no bill. What I can say is that if the bill would come, we could do better than we are doing, because we would have better ways of managing the institution. We would have maybe enjoy more on economies of scale, for example. For example, on the issue of being integrated in the national payment system. You see, that is an improvement in terms of service delivery, both to the SACCO and to the member, so that we can be able to clear checks without going through a bank. And I believe with good implementation, it is very good, and it can, if applied, it can really benefit the members, the institution, and the country in general. Remember, this country has very many members, not necessarily in member SACCO, but if you talk about the members of SACCOs or members of cooperative societies in this country, there are very many. And so I believe this is the reason why there's a lot of interest on changing anything that is to do with this, because it has a big effect on even the economy. And I believe if this is well implemented, it would positively impact not only on the members, not only on the SACCOs, not only on the cooperative sector, but even in the country as a whole.